Speaking of local politics, there was a sheriff's candidate forum held by the Thompson Falls chapter of the John Birch Society. And the topic of the day? Constitutional rights.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, somebody's got to do it. Anyway, let's meet the two candidates that were in attendance.
I am Doug Dryden. I currently serve as the narcotics and major crimes detective for the Sheriff's Office. I started my law enforcement career in 1989. I was a game warden for lots of years in Monroe County, which is the next county over for those of you that aren't from here. I then spent 2 years after 9/11 with the terrorist attacks. I had a 2-year assignment in New York where I hired, managed, and trained tactical security officers to protect high-risk facilities from domestic terrorists. I returned back in 2004 and went to work for the Sheriff's Office, and have been there ever since for the last 6 years. Really what I'm running under is my experience, my integrity, and my leadership, the background that I have in that way as a veteran law enforcement officer. And my interest in running for sheriff is that I want to continue to see that Sanders County is a safe place to live and work, play and learn around here. And I think that we have a good foundation in this county of law enforcement, and I would like to see us build on that and to do a better job, be a little more efficient and professional and responsive as a law enforcement agency.
I'm Tom Rummel. I was raised in Plains. I'm a native Montanan. I've been married to Shelley for 15 years. I spent 3 years in the United States Army, so I'm a veteran. I have just short of 5 years in law enforcement. The reason that I'd like to be sheriff is that I have approximately 15 to 17 more years left in law enforcement. I have a vested interest in this county. I'm going to be here until I retire, and then I'm very interested in the aspect of the sheriff and how it pertains to the people's rights and protecting them, watching over them. This is the last best place to live. I've been halfway around the world twice, and I came back here because you can't find any place better. This is my home. I'm not going to leave, and I want to make sure that it's safe for everybody.
Very commendable candidates indeed. The broken news also made it over to the Sanders County Conservative-sponsored Sanders County Candidates Forum in Plains last Saturday.
That we did. And we heard from Naomi Lease, who is running for county attorney, and Ron Alford, who is looking to land a seat as county commissioner. You can catch both of these events on everyone's second favorite program, only in Sanders County. Check the listings between K36BW's programs for times.
You know what was weird about both of those candidate forums?
What's that?
The amount of empty seats where candidates should have been. I mean, if you're campaigning, wouldn't you want to show up to a candidate's forum?
Yeah, that is weird. You know, I wonder if there's a story there.
Nah. Well, we had another special political treat here in Thompson Falls at the Sanders County Courthouse.
And that was the FaceTime Sanders County residents enjoyed with Montana Representative Denny Rehberg.
He spent a little over an hour taking questions, explaining congressional procedure, and being his friendly, energetic self with the attending crowd. Watch this.
Oh, cool. What's your name? Hi, Thomas. I'm Denny. Want a cookie? That's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you. Well, welcome. Obviously, I don't need to introduce myself because I invited you, but I'm your congressman, Denny Rehberg. I was first elected in 2000 and in office in 2001, just in time to get back to Washington for the September 11th event. When I first got back there, you know, I'm kind of unique because there are only 7 of us that represent a whole state. It's called at-large. And everybody kind of normally thinks of the obvious ones like Montana, Wyoming, North South Dakota, Alaska. They kind of forget about Delaware and Vermont, only have 1. So I don't have the luxury of, as I mentioned, Tom, to live in a district like in California where they have 53, and they kind of create the districts so they're homogeneous, you know, like-minded people and all. And you might have a Hispanic one, or you might have a defense one. In Montana, I don't have that luxury. I have to be more of an all-around than a specialist. And so, I guess my claim to fame back in Washington is that we just don't have enough population to have more than one congressman. So I have the most populated congressional district in the country. There's nobody that represents more in Congress, and we're not going to get a second seat in the next go-around either. We're actually losing ground. The average size is about 725,000 for a district, so we would have needed 1.4 million 10 years ago, and we're not even up to 1.4 million now. We're at 960,000.
A very interesting meeting, and great footage, Cody.
Well, thanks, Justin. Moving on. Here's a great event for Mother's Day, or any day for that matter. It's again time for the musical event, Music for Mom, a concert featuring local musicians like the Valley Strings, the Neva Wood Handbell Choir, accounted for, and Nat Burgess and the occasional band.
With Dave Oliver, Master of Ceremonies, this springtime melody-making event is sure to please even the most discerning ear. And refreshments will be served.
Cash donations are preferred, or non-perishable food items. Donations will benefit the Thompson Falls Community Food Bank and the Cancer Network of Sanders County.
And refreshments will be served.
Be at the high school gym on Saturday, May 8th at 7 p.m. for some delightful tunes.
And refreshments will be served.
That they will. But the performance itself is really the focus here.
That it is. And last year's performance was great. And this year there are even more musicians slated to play. This could get entertaining.
Yes. Yes, it could.